So we are now recording this session, and I'm going to start by sharing a PowerPoint presentation with you because this evening is more information about MOOC. More information about MOOC platforms and just some guidelines about MOOCs. So there's a YouTube video here that I would like us to watch. I think you should be able to hear it.
Massive Open Online Course is a response to the challenges faced by organizations and distributed disciplines in a time of information overload. It used to be that when you wanted to know about something, you could do a few things. You could ask someone, you could buy a book, you could try to figure it out for yourself, or you could call a school.
Are you able to see the video?
Yes, I can.
Are you able to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Do you know what DIY stands for?
No.
It stands for do it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Do it yourself. So that's when somebody figures out how to do something all by themselves.
Mhm.
That's DIY.
If that school offered the course and the thing you were trying to figure out, you could go there and take it. You could get access to information about a topic. An instructor would comb through journals and books to pull the information together from a library. You might even find others who are also interested in the same things that you are. MOOC is built for a world where information is everywhere, where social networks, everything you are, is a click away. A world where
Bushra, could you mute your microphone for us, please? Thank you. That's good. Thank you.
internet can give you access to a staggering amount of information. This video will introduce you to how a massive open online course is one way of learning in a networked world. A MOOC is a course, it's open, it's participatory, it's distributed, and it supports lifelong networked learning. In one sense, a massive open online course is just that. It's a course. It has facilitators, course materials, it has a start and end date, it has participants. But a MOOC is not a school. It's not just an online course. It's a way to connect and collaborate while developing digital skills. It's a way of engaging in the learning process that engages what it means to be a student. It is, maybe most importantly, an event around which people who care about a topic can get together and work and talk about it in a structured way. The course is open. All of the work gets done in areas accessible for people to read and reflect and comment on. The course is open in the sense that you can go ahead and take the course without paying for it. You might pay to get the credit through an institution, but you're not paying for participating in the course. It's also open in the sense that the work done in the course is shared between all the people taking it. The material put together by the facilitators, the work done by the participants, it's all negotiated in the open. You get to keep your work and everybody else gets to learn from it. The course is participatory. You really become part of the course by engaging with other people's work. Participants are not asked to complete specific assignments, but rather to engage with the material with each other and with other material they may find on the web. You make connections between ideas and between you and other people. You network. One of the outcomes that people get from the course are the network connections they've built up through engaging with each other. The course is distributed, and all these blog posts and discussion posts, video responses, articles, tweets, and tags all knit together to create a networked course. They're mostly not found in one central location, but rather all over the internet in different pockets and clusters. There's no right way to do the course, no single path from the first week to the last. This allows for new ideas to develop and for different points of views to coexist. It also means that one of the side effects of a MOOC is the building of a distributed knowledge base on the net. The course is a step on the road to lifelong learning. MOOCs promote independence among learners and encourages participants to work in their own spaces and to create authentic networks that they can easily maintain after the course finishes. A MOOC can promote the kind of network creation that lifelong learning is all about. The course part is just the beginning. And how can you go about finding one of these? Well, news that a MOOC will be offered usually spreads on online networks. People who have reputations for interesting skills or innovative thinking on a topic decide to collaborate by offering an open online course covering that topic. Anyone who wants to join in can. In a MOOC, you can choose what you do, how you participate, and only you can tell in the end if you've been successful, just like real life.
So that's a useful little video, and I'm going to copy that link and put it in the chat box so that if you would like to watch it again or get some information from it, you're able to do that. So I'm just going to put that link in the chat box right now. There you go. There's the link for that YouTube video. So you can copy that to your desktop and watch it later again if you would like to. It's short enough that you can do it easily. So we'll go back to the PowerPoint now. Some examples of MOOC platforms are Coursera, Udacity, edX, and Udemy. Coursera was launched in April of 2012 and had 69 university partners by February of 2013, including Stanford University, the University of Michigan, Princeton, and the University of Pennsylvania. This is a screenshot of the Coursera homepage. This is not an active website, so I can't do anything with it. I just wanted to show it to you. This is the screenshot of the homepage for edX. And you can find all these platforms just by typing the title into your search bar in your computer. Let me just make this a little bit bigger for you so that you can see it better. There, that's a little better. This is Udacity, and Udacity has different options across the top. And on the Udacity page, you can sign in. These sites, you can sign into them and create a password for yourself. And a lot of the courses are free, not all of them. Some of the courses are free to attend the course, but if you want to get a certificate at the end of the course, then you need to pay tuition fees for it. Yes, Shazia, you have your hand up. Do you have a question?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. And I want to tell you that I already have made an account on Audacity, and I have just completed my course of artificial intelligence over this platform. It's the best platform to wrap up most of the best courses, and it was a best experience for me
Very good.
to join.
Yeah, good for you. That's excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you, sir.
I've heard from other people that Udacity is a good platform to use. That's good to know. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. This is the Udemy homepage. Once again, there are different options here. You can sign up to teach on the Udemy platform and create your own course to post on the Udemy platform. On the TESOL Canada website, you will find a link to different MOOCs on the Home International Approvals page. So if you go to the TESOL Canada website and on the Home/International Approvals page, which looks like this, right down here, it's difficult to see, but the word MOOC is in blue letters, which means that is an active link on the actual web TESOL Canada website page. This is not active, so I can't go in through this link right here. But on the website, it is active. You can click on that MOOC word, and it will take you into this type of a situation. It'll take you to a page like this where it lists many different MOOCs and other free online courses, gives you these different buttons to click on. Again, this is just a screenshot, so this is not active, but you can go here by going in through the MOOC link right there on the TESOL Canada website, home/international approvals page. And let me just put this, I have to, in order to put these links in the chat box, I have to stop sharing the screen. That's why I stopped sharing the screen. Doesn't want to let me let me just try to get this link. I actually had to go to the website to get the link to put in here. So there you go. That's the international page. You can use this link. Now I've lost my PowerPoint. Just give me a second here, folks. On the, I just put this link in the chat box, so you can go in through that link, and it'll take you to this page in the TESOL Canada website, and then go to this word MOOC down here in blue letters and click on it, and it will take you to this website. It'll take you to, this is outside of TESOL, but this gives you Coursera, edX, FutureLearn, Udacity, and other top providers and universities with many different categories and subjects for you to have a look at. One of the things that you're asked to do in the MOOC assignment, have you received an email regarding this MOOC assignment? Did you get an email from head office or not?
No, I haven't. No,
You did not, Selena?
no, I haven't received.
Okay, that's probably because they now have the MOOC information right on the Canvas platform. When I did the Canvas course, when I did the TESOL course a couple of years ago, the MOOC section was not yet on the Canvas platform. So they gave us all the information in emails.
Mhm.
But one of the things you're asked to do as you prepare for this essay and writing the essay, one thing you're asked to do is sign up for a free online course through one of the MOOC platforms and complete a couple of the sessions. You don't need to complete the entire course. That's not necessary, but they do want you to complete a couple of sessions in a MOOC platform course so that you can discuss that experience in your MOOC assignment paper.
That would be very interesting. Yeah.
Yes, it is very interesting, and that's where. Yes, Shazia. Another question?
Yes, sir, I want to ask a question, sir. I already have completed 2 courses from Coursera and, as I told you earlier, from Audacity platform. So if I am given the assignment through TESOL email regarding MOOC, am I allowed to discuss all the experiences that I have gained regarding the completion of those 2 courses?
Yes,
Am I allowed?
that's fine. That's just fine. Yes.
Okay, sir, that's great. Thank you. And sir,
Yes.
sorry for interruption during the lecture because I have to leave at the end of lecture for my niece in order to drop her to school. I want to ask one more thing regarding the lesson skills plan assignment. I asked the question for submission of 4 skills lesson plan assignment. The deadline is next Thursday or the coming Thursday. I asked the same question to Miss Ilham Masagi in last class. She replied me that the deadline for the 4 skills lesson plan is next to next Sunday. Means Sunday after 2 days, not I think it's 3rd or 4th December, but after 4th or 5th December.
December 12th, December 12th.
Okay, fine,
December
fine.
12 is the
That's
due date
great.
for the 4 skills.
That's great. Thank you, sir.
Okay, very good. We're going to move along. I want to go to another PowerPoint here. A bit more information about MOOCs, and this is about MOOC course creation. Let me just expand this slideshow as well for you. There we go. So the MOOC course creation, things that are important to make sure that you have working well and working properly is the equipment and technology to run these courses. You need, of course, you need internet and Wi-Fi, a stable internet connection, a computer, external good quality microphone, and external good quality webcam. So the camera that you see me on is an external camera. It is not the camera in my computer because the cameras inside the computers are not as high a quality. So I bought a separate webcam that I have plugged into my laptop, and that separate webcam gives me a better resolution picture and a more accurate image for people to see. Another thing you need to decide about your course, your online course that you're designing, is whether it's going to be used for synchronous learning style or asynchronous learning style. Can somebody tell me what is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous? What does synchronous learning mean? What are we doing right now in this webinar? Are we doing synchronous learning or asynchronous learning?
It will be synchronous because we're interacting. We are live online.
Yes, that's correct. And if we were actually in a classroom together, that would be synchronous as well.
Yes.
And the asynchronous learning is when the students review the recorded webinars by themselves, or they listen to a video by an instructor, and they're doing it on their own time outside of a classroom situation. So you need to determine which of these is going to be the style of the video series or the course outline that you prepare. So the synchronous is live online session. Asynchronous is pre-recorded lecture for the learner viewing on your own time. And the asynchronous, for you folks, that's where you go to the recorded lectures that, so this lecture we're recording right now, this will be posted on the YouTube channel for TESOL, and you can go and listen to it to review it, and you'll be doing an asynchronous style of learning when you review the video later on. You need to decide what type of MOOC is your course going to be. Will it be a CMOOC, a Connectivist MOOC, or an X MOOC, or some other type of video? A CMOOC, a Connectivist MOOC, emphasizes the role of social and cultural context. The perspective is similar to Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. This was later transposed into Engstrom's activity theory. The connectivity is the relationship between experience, learning, and knowledge. So that relationship connects these three aspects of learning. And by that connection between the experience, the actual learning, and the knowledge that is gleaned in the learning process, that is the connectivity theory. This is also similar to Bandura's social learning theory, which proposes that people learn through contact. And here we have a little group of paper cutout figures who are learning from each other in a classroom situation. XMOOC, the X stands for Extended MOOC. These are designed to be in addition to something else, such as a university course. So if you have a university course in a particular topic, it could be any topic at all, any subject matter at all, and if the professor creates MOOC videos that are put on a platform for viewing by the students, those are considered to be XMOOCs because they are an extension of the actual course that is being taught in the university environment. And then there's a VMOOC. VMOOC is a vocational MOOC. So these are videos and courses that are on the internet. They offer simulations and related technologies to teach and assess practical skills. So for instance, you can do a YouTube search for plumbing projects to find out how to solder copper tube pipe for plumbing projects. And you can watch a whole series of vocational MOOCs that will teach you how to sweat solder copper pipe. You can find vocational MOOCs that teach you how to change the radiator hoses on your car, or how to change the oil in your car, or any kind of activity that is a practical skill, even such as woodworking or building a garden shed or whatever the case may be. The internet teach you to do it. Those are vocational MOOCs because it's teaching something that is a vocation. Any questions about these different types of MOOCs? It's important to keep them straight and know what they are and be aware of the different types of MOOCs that are available. Any questions here, ladies? No questions? Okay. As you design lesson plans, and this is not just for MOOC courses or online courses, this is for any course that you design. It's very important to have a smart approach to it. The material you design should be specific and should relate to a specific topic. Oh, now you see my camera just did a switch to the onboard camera of my computer. It flips back and forth sometimes like that. I prefer using the webcam because it's a better picture. There you go. It's just better quality. So as you're designing any lesson plan, it needs to be specific. The goals should be specific and measurable and achievable and realistic. The tasks of the lesson should be realistic and it should be timely. Timely means it should be appropriate to the stage that the students are at, not only in their linguistic abilities, but also the age group and the other factors of the environment. Key skills for online course design and online presentations. Set clear learning goals. The overall main purpose is the goal. The enabling objectives are how the learners will achieve the goal. What do they do in the lesson? The terminal objectives are what will be the benefits for the learners at the end of the lesson. I'm just going to leave this slide up just for a brief moment so you can make a couple of notes about enabling and terminal objectives because these are always confusing for people. So I'll let you write down a couple of notes before I change to the next slide. Anybody have any questions at this point?
No, thank you.
Okay. The second step, the second skill, is in the planning process. Every step needs to be planned in detail. You need to include pictures, video links, worksheets, or handouts. PowerPoint presentations with voiceover recording is a very good thing, and games and quizzes, and no dead time. So if I stop talking all of a sudden and I don't say anything for 2 or 3 minutes, that's dead time in the presentation, and it's not productive. You know, radio show hosts say that the worst thing that can happen in a radio show is for dead time to occur, where the person running the radio show can't think of something to say, and it's just dead airspace, and that's not good, because radio totally relies on the communication of the voice. The third skill is management skills, setting tasks that are appropriate for the students. Check the learner's understanding. You can do this with short quizzes. You can do it by asking questions or asking students to explain something to you during the lesson, giving clear instructions, and demonstrate activities. You know, if you want the students to actually do something that physically manipulates something, you as the teacher should be able to demonstrate that and show them how to do it. Nothing's better than a hands-on demonstration. Using gestures. You should invite the learners to speak, show that you are listening as the teacher, give the students time to express themselves, wait for them to speak, and ask open-ended questions to encourage discussion. If you ask questions that can be answered with a yes or no answer, those are not open-ended questions. An open-ended question asks for you to explain something. When the teacher asks the students to explain something, so for instance, when I asked for somebody to explain synchronous and asynchronous learning, and Selena gave us a definition of synchronous learning, that encourages the students to actually discuss something. The fifth skill is to establish and build rapport. Offer encouragement and praise, chat with the learners before the class begins, and personalize the class for the learners as much as possible. That personalizing the class for the learners, that's easier to do when you're physically in the room with them. It's easier to do it than it is to do it online like this. It's difficult for me to personalize the class for you folks in an online situation, because I can't do something about the environment to personalize it for your benefit. But as you know from your own teaching experience in the classroom, you put up posters and you do different things, and you set things out on the shelf for students to look at. You might even bring in some books that relate to a topic you're talking about. But these things are all part of establishing and building rapport. The sixth thing is to bring energy through enthusiasm and personality. You know, the students, it's important for the students to see that you're enthusiastic about the topic and the presentation, and that helps them to be more interested. And if you show some personality, and if you know, occasionally we joke a little bit, and we have a little bit of humor, and that's a good thing. That helps to relax people, and it doesn't hurt for the students to see that the teacher actually has a personality. The online site resources, we've looked at a few of these. Now, Thinkific is one of the another online course platform, and you should have a look at Thinkific. It's a good platform for creating courses on and teaching courses on. So have a look at it as well, and have a look through these different courses to find some free courses that you can do 1 or 2 sessions of, so you can talk about those in your paper. The primary reference that I used when I was creating this PowerPoint presentation was the TESOL Canada Practical Approach online, in-class and online technology, the B300 Introduction to the MOOC Program Guide. And that's available in the resources on the Canvas platform. So any questions, ladies? Nobody has any questions? Okay, I want to take us back to the Canvas platform, to the, just going to show you something on the Canvas platform. Have you done this module 5, reading and writing? Did you do this already?
Not yet. I haven't done it.
Okay, let me just explain that what you do here is you choose one of these stories. So let's say we choose The Open Window, written by Saki. And you can download it if you want, or you can just read it here. So you do this, you read it through, you read the story, and then you go to, that's the next story, that's not what I want, but let's get this. Then you go to the discussion on reading. All of these stories are quite fascinating. I read all of them just because I had time to do that. They're very interesting stories. And then you go to this discussion on reading, which is down at the after the list of the stories, and you participate in this blog. So you could, for instance, read what Saeed wrote about this particular story, and you can react to him. You can reply to Saeed and tell him what you think of his ideas. And when you take part in this blog that is put here, you only need to read one story. You don't need to read all of them. You only need to read one. But what you do is you're supposed to participate in a conversation with one or two people about whichever story it is that you read. And the Canvas platform keeps track of your participation here. And the mark you get is based on your participation in this blog. There's no actual assignment here other than reading one of the stories. And your marks are given based on your participation in the blog. So I just wanted to explain that because that's how that works. So that's down here after these grammar day units, after the midterm exam. It's down here where these stories are listed. So you pick one story, you read the story, and then you go into the discussion on reading and you participate in the blog there. So that's how you do that part of that module. Okay. Questions? Does that make sense?
Sure, yes, thank you.
Okay.
Is there a due date for that? Or
I'm sorry?
is there a due date?
No.
No.
Well, I guess the due date would be that you have to complete that before you're able to graduate from the course.
Yes, of course.
But there's no actual due date for it, no.
But it's
And then you come on down here to the TESOL, the eTESOL, the MOOC, the MOOC sections. Okay.
Okay.
So in the these MOOC sections, you've got a video that you can watch. And you've got lots of information here about MOOCs. So when you're writing this MOOC essay, you don't even need to really go very far. You can write your MOOC essay based on just reading what you read on the Canvas platform. And be sure to, oh, my cameras are really jumping around here today. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know why my cameras are jumping around. Anyway, I'll play with those some other time. So the information that you're provided here on the Canvas platform gives you a tremendous amount of background about MOOCs, talks about the history and the precursors of the current MOOCs that are available, and the different platforms that are available. And if you read nothing else other than this information on the Canvas platform, if you read nothing else, you should be able to write a decent paper. And I also, the other day, I put a link to an article by Paul Stacey that I had in my MOOC essay. And I'm going to pull that up again for you. I'm going to put that in the chat box again. I'll put that link to the Paul Stacey article. I'll put it in the chat box. It's a very, very well written article about MOOCs and discusses the benefits and different aspects of MOOCs. So you should refer to that Paul Stacey article as well. And when you're writing your MOOC paper, be sure to do a full bibliography in proper bibliographic style with the authors listed alphabetically by their last name. And here's the Paul Stacey article that I'll put this link in the chat box. So copy this link for the Paul Stacey article and read that essay about MOOCs as well. It's very good. All right, any questions about MOOC, ladies? No questions about MOOC. Any questions about anything else to do with the TESOL course?
Well, I have a question regarding the MOOC assignment. So first we have to prepare or submit the essay. Once we
Yes.
have the essay completed, then we have to submit a project. Is that correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So this project has to be based on that essay. And so just for my understanding, it is, so if we're teaching a language, are we preparing a topic related to teaching a specific language or teaching the language?
Well, you would do a project connected to teaching Spanish
To teach, yes.
because you're doing the TESOL.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, when you create that project, you want to create a couple of videos that could be used by students in an asynchronous learning environment where the students are listening to you and watching your recorded message when you're not actually there with them. So in that recorded video, you want to create a short lesson that is going to be well understood by the students. You want to make sure that you explain everything very clearly. And if you are showing any graphics, you need to make sure that they are very visible to the student, and make sure that everything works. Any links that you have, make sure that they work for the student, and everything such as that. So you need to make sure everything is in place for the students to take part in it, and they can run it by themselves. So what you're actually doing is you're not creating an entire course.
Mm-hmm.
You're creating maybe 2 or 3 sessions for the beginning of a course.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay.
So 2 or 3 lessons. So you might have you have courses that you're teaching, and you have textbooks that you teach,
Mm-hmm.
that you're teaching with, and you use those as your reference guides with the students. So you could do a video, and you could actually, on the video, you could actually show the page of a textbook and explain what is happening on the page in that textbook. And you could even give an assignment that is connected to the textbook
Mm-hmm.
for the students to do the assignment after they watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
And then the assignment could be submitted by email to the teacher. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's actually something that the students can currently do on the platform that we use. So,
Perfect.
mm-hmm.
Perfect. So it sounds like you've already created lessons that are actually MOOC style lesson.
Yes, yes, in a way. That's why I was trying to see what would be the best use of creating this for extra help or extra support to the students, probably. So later
Sure.
on. Mm-hmm. So,
Yes.
mhm.
Good question. So I'm going to stop the recording now because I finished sharing the material for tonight. But don't go away, Selena, because I want to give you some specific details for you personally
Yes, please. Thank you.
about your project.
Yes, thank you.
So I'm going to stop the recording now.